Ooh, the flannels are out. I am looking fresh. Beard is shaped up. And it's time to go live. How is everybody doing this beautiful Saturday Q&A? I hope everybody shows up, and I hope that we can have a nice, pleasant, wacky conversation. Let me pop the chat out so I don't have to touch the camera when I'm doing the little comments. When I'm reading the comments. Una momento. The Big Wrist says, hi, Jory. Oh, hello. Kartikeya Kumar. I'm so sorry if I butcher your guys' names. I'm trying very hard. Says, hello, Yas, shalom, shalom, good Shabbos. Anthony Villanueva, certified T3 bot. Jinbei Pak. Bo Backwoods. Dan McCaslin. Oh, with that drip, Danny boy. Klaus. Briar Blues, certified T3 bot. Andrew Wolf. Early Gang. What's going on? Guys, today's a very special day. Do you know why? Because it actually feels cold. Kind of. Now, whenever I mention, alright, I just opened up a can of worms for myself, boy. Why do I do this to myself? Whenever I mention the climate where I live, inevitably, if I say, ooh, it feels kind of chilly here, someone in my comment section will be like, oh yeah, well, I was born in Antarctica. And last time I checked, Antarctica is a little bit colder than Los Angeles, alright? So I shut the F up, alright? Thanks, but no thanks. I don't care about where you live. I'm talking about me, alright? But it is, honestly, it's kind of chilly. And I'm for the first time of the season, I am wearing the flannel. Guys, do a poll in the comment section. Should we go collar popped? I don't even know if this will stay popped, but I'm kind of feeling like collar popping today. What it do, Sergio? What it do, baby boo? We're going collar popped. CD Vac says, I live in Alaska. No, but it's so true. Like, I'll be like, ooh, it's kind of chilly today. I'm wearing a flannel. People will be like, I'm in Antarctica. And then if I'm like, guys, it is hot. It is hot. People will be like, yeah, I live in the sun. So maybe shut the F up. All right, because in the sun, it's hotter than where you are. Yeah, well, deal with it. Johan Sigfridsson. Johan, I'm a little bit confused. Can we all stop the live stream real quick? I know we just started, but let's stop it. Johan Sigfridsson is a very avid viewer of mine from Sweden. On one of my recent episodes, he left a comment giving me the finger. It was the finger emoji 3 times. Stop the record. Johan, what did I do in an episode recently? It was my thank you episode. It was my thank you episode, and this dude, my boy, someone that I thought was a real one, flicked me off like 4 times in the comment section. Johan, that's not very nice, bro. And then he deleted his comment. So I don't know if he pressed the wrong button or what. Let's see who's here, yeah. Briar Blues is calling me out. He's like, cold in SoCal? Briar Blues is in Canada, so yeah, it does get cold in Canada. Yang Hang Wu says, same here in Beijing, getting a bit cold. Anthony Villanueva says, hey, that California weather softens you up. Anything below 50 is now frozen. Yeah, exactly. Jason Stewart, oh, from Ireland. Jason Stewart from Ireland. Guys, whenever I have an Irishman or a Scotsman in the comment section, you know, as is tradition on the channel, we do the accent. Guys, it's kind of an unspoken rule. We have to do the accent. And We just got a super chat. So what you guys may or may not know is every time we do a super chat, Nick's Picks Watch Reviews. Nick Hallenstein, very knowledgeable friend of mine, also has a YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Whenever we get a super chat, Gong Gang, guys, Gong Gang. I don't know if we have a moderator here in the building, but if you want to join Gong Gang, I actually have a t-shirt for you guys that I am very excited about. One second. Can we get a moderator to post the Gong Gang t-shirts? That would be super helpful. One sec. I'm going to post it up for you guys. I don't like posting the links by myself because I'm scared. No, because I am... I have to do the show, but I'm going to do the link right now. If you guys want to join Gong Gang and celebrate this gong, guess what? I have a t-shirt for you guys. And it literally has this gong with the mallet on it. So if you want to... does it have the mallet? Let me see if it has the mallet, actually. I don't want to false advertise. Let me click that link. I'm gonna click that link. So how's everybody doing today? We're here. We're 6 minutes in. It's not quite time to do the thank yous, or the wave, I should say. You know, we've gotten a lot of new viewers, so it's not quite time to do what we normally do. Un momento. Yeah, it has the mallet. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Reading some comments, yeah. Kyle Na says, hey, jewelry, with 2 O's. Just bought my first Swiss watch, a Cartier Tank. I purchased after seeing your reviews and just want to say thank you. I love it. Dude, I'm telling you right now. That was a good decision, good purchase. One of my BFFs, Kevin Dow, says, late nights in the middle of June, he has been faking me out. Can make you happier now. Cheers. Cheers to that, yeah? You guys like that song? I don't. Kevin Dow's saying hi from Disneyland. Oh, I hope you're wearing your little cap. Your little Mickey Mouse cap. He have been faking me out. You guys like that song? SS says, is it psychotic to wear a watch while sleeping? I don't think it's psychotic to wear a watch while sleeping. I don't do it. If you're interested, in my opinion, yeah, I don't wear a watch while I'm sleeping. But, to be honest, I don't wear anything while sleeping. Oh! Yeah! Oh, wait. I think someone just bought. We just got an order. I just got notified. I hate that song, but I never heard that song, but I think I hate it. Jory uses his body hair as a blanket. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I could be totally shirtless right now, and you would not even know. Do you know why? Because, it's like another shirt under this shirt. Oh, Briar Blues. You rock, brother. Oh, Johan said wrong finger. Should be a thumbs up. All right, cool. Guys, we figured out what happened with Johan Sigfridsson. All right, he didn't mean to flick us off. He meant to do the thumbs up. All right, guys, can we acknowledge something real quick? All right? Can we pause the live stream real quick? Connie, Briar Blues, have a good one, brother. Okay, Connie, you already know her. Love of my life, beautiful woman, some would say a goddess. She got upset with me. She always gets upset with me, let's be honest. But because no one has acknowledged this gift that she left the office. So my girl came in here and cleaned up the office last week, and she left a what is it? See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It's like little skeletons for spooky season, and I didn't acknowledge it, and then the comment section didn't acknowledge it, and she got upset with me. She was like, try to do good things and no one acknowledges it. And I was like, no, I acknowledge it. I think it's beautiful. It's really spooky. Everyone loves it. So can we just please take a moment and say that this is beautiful? Sandra! Oh my God. Sandra's in the comment section. She says she needs a shout out. Sandra is Kevin's fiance. For those of you who don't know, Sandra and Kevin are some of my very close friends, and they are now hijacking my live stream. What the F, guys? You are supposed to be at Disneyland right now. Go have fun. What are you doing watching my live stream? Sandra, here's your shout out, baby girl. Anthony Villanueva, certified T3 bot, says that Connie has the best spooky tastes. SS says, we didn't see the evil nice one, Con. So that's for you, Connie. She notices. Aw, thank you, Sandra. Alright, so I'm going to do a little rant about when Kevin, Sandra, Connie, and a couple of our other friends went out to dinner last week. I'll do a little rant here in a moment. But first, we're past 10 minutes in. We have to pause the live stream real quick, and we have to say thank you to the few. We get on average like 3,500 viewers after the live broadcast. So as is tradition, we're going to pause the live stream. We're going to say thank you to everyone who couldn't make it during the morning, who couldn't, you know, just be here when they were supposed to, I guess. Oh, they have prior commitments in life. That's perfectly fine. Some people are working. Some people have kids, I guess. Some people live in other parts of the world. What is that even? But regardless, thank you for watching this after the fact. We would hope that you could be here live one day, but for now, we're just going to wave. We're just going to wave at you. We see you. We acknowledge you. We appreciate you being here and watching the live stream. And hey, you can still leave a comment, and I might read it at some point. But the truth is, it would be much easier to interact with me if you were just here during the live show. All right, back to the live stream. Here's a little mini rant. Some of my close friends and myself went out to dinner last week. We went to Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue is some of my favorite food. Do you know why? Because it's literally just meat. It's literally just meat. It's like meat, 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 meat. Watch Whimsy says my kid is watching with us. Okay, so don't worry, this rant isn't naughty, don't worry. So, for those of you who don't know Korean barbecue, you have a burner in front of yourself. They bring out raw meat, you cook it in front of yourself. It's very social. People are drinking, people are having a good time. I don't personally drink, but you know, my friends are all drinking, we're having a good time. It's very social. And it's fun because you're cooking it yourself and it's interactive, right? And typically these Korean barbecue places like here in LA, like traditionally it's all you can eat, right? You pay per person and the staff just keeps bringing out orders of meat that you ask for. Now, typically, all right, they're very zippy. You want them to be zippy. You know what I mean? Because you have a bunch of people, we're cooking the food, we're talking, we ask for more dishes, they come out, bring them out, and we're having a good time. And all of us, ooh, our tummies are full, yum, 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 right? You know what's the worst, though, is when they purposefully sandbag you. It's when they purposefully want to delay the orders so you get full and you don't order as much. So it was Connie and I, Kevin and Sandra, and then our buddy Seth and his wife Abigail and their baby. But the baby didn't really eat. The baby was like drinking a bottle, whatever. And so there was like 6 adults, all right? Nathan, is this a Watch Channel or a Food Network? Who cares, bro? Just leave. So we were chilling, having a good time. There's 6 full-grown adults, all right? We asked for 3 orders of brisket because you don't order the bulgogi at the beginning because the bulgogi, the sugar on the marinade, will ruin the grill top, and then you're going to have them bring you a new grill top. So you always start off with brisket. I'm 32, okay? This isn't my first Korean barbecue rodeo. We know the sequencing. So bye Nathan, see ya. Never want to be ya. So we are there. We order brisket. They bring out 1 plate of brisket. It had like thinly cut brisket, like 1 plate for 6 full-grown adults. And we ask for more. You can only order 3 orders at a time. And so we're like, okay. Long story short, we are there trying to eat and get full. And you know what, dude? You know what? You guys want to know the most embarrassing part? I'm going to be totally honest with you. You guys want to know the most embarrassing part? I don't even know if I want to tell you. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to tell you. I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm going to freaking tell you anyway. You know why? Because Nathan's not here. All you can eat Korean barbecue I've been eating since college. Alright? You go there to get full and to go crazy. You're supposed to leave Korean barbecue feeling kind of sick. That is the tradition. You're supposed to go home bloated, full, and like not feeling good. Alright? It took so long for us to get the meat that we stayed there for 2 hours hanging out. We left, and Connie had to make me food at home. Because these need fuel. Alright? We had to be there for 2 hours, and then Connie had to cook me food at home after. Do you know how embarrassing that is for a grown man? God, you guys don't know how jacked I am because you see me from like the nipples up. I am a freaking animal, dude, in real life. And I need food. So I was a grown man at Korean barbecue, the worst service on earth. I don't even want to name drop them because I think that I could probably ruin their entire business and I don't want to do that. The worst service I have ever had at a restaurant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will not be going back. Good day, sir! I will not be going back. Sergio, it wasn't Gen, but it was the one near Gen. Alright guys, sorry. I just had to rant. I know it's like kind of early for the rant, but I had to do it. It was just it was the worst, guys. It was the worst. Y'all want to hear what I have on the wrist? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Tuna. SBBN 031. Gotta love this. One of my favorite watches. Easy everyday pick. Always running. Guys, I had this watch. I think I purchased it in 2017. And I've never had to do anything to it. I'm telling you. Sandra's here. Connie had to cook for me afterwards. I was so hungry. I left so hungry because they gave us like 0 food. that I made my girl cook. I mean, I didn't make her, but she was like, I'm going to cook for you because I know you didn't eat enough. And I was like, thank you, darling. Sandra, can we please go to Boiling Crab? Jeez. The thing is, I didn't know, dude, Seth lives in NorCal. I don't even know if they have seafood up there. So I didn't want to be like, let's get Boiling Crab. I don't know. It was my fault. It was my fault. I picked the place. It was my fault. It was my fault. It was my fault. But Nick, Sandra, Connie, and I will go to a different place next time. Thank you. Do you have more than the single olive green band, the surplus store one? So this is the surplus store NATO strap that I got in like 1995 or something from an Army Navy surplus store in Milford, New Hampshire. And I have more straps than this, obviously, but I just prefer to wear it on this. I don't know why. You agree, right, guys? It just suits this watch very well. It just suits it very, very nicely. I don't know why. The hardware on the straps suits the shroud. It just looks very nice. Isaac asks, opinions on the new Omega Seamaster, aka James Bond. Very nice. I really like I really like the patinated indexes. I think people probably don't always like faux patination, but I dig it. I dig it. Watch Whimsy, certified T3 bot says, I imagine trying to force Connie to do anything wouldn't go over well. Nope, she's in charge. I don't tell her to do anything. Hector says, you should check Brazilian barbecue all-you-can-eat places. Yeah, we go there too. There's a really famous one in downtown, actually right next to Koreatown, where you typically go to get Korean barbecue. There's a famous Brazilian barbecue place. And those dudes come out with like the meat all stuck on a like sword, essentially. And they like cut it off of the sword for you. But that's different than Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue you cook for yourself. Brazilian barbecue, it's already cooked, but it's on like a saber, and they like bring it out to you. So yeah, love that. Porkfat says, had a pound of local cherry wood smoked bacon this morning. Ooh! You gotta love it. Bishop, why nobody talk about eBell on YouTube? Well, that's a lie, because I've done 2 reviews on my personal eBell 1911 El Primero solid 18 karat gold automatic chronograph. I don't know if I don't think my moderators are here, but let me. Guess I gotta do the work myself. I'll do it. Stand by. Dude, people, I'm telling you, if you want to know if I've done a review on something, literally type in my name and like type in the time teller and then the watch, and you will see the watch that you want to see, because chances are I've reviewed it. All right, found it. Stand by. If you want to learn more about eBell, one of their best watches, click that link and check it out. Manus, also, why nobody talk about Swatch on YouTube? Like the watches, not the group. Because Swatch watches aren't really... I don't really want to say that they're not enthusiasts' watches. It's just that Swatch watches are kind of collectibles that were made for the masses. They're not super... they're not super complex or complicated. That's what I'll say. They're kind of, like, to me, most Swatch watches, I'm not talking about Swatch Group, I'm talking about the brand Swatch. They're kind of just like toys, in my opinion. But I know a lot of collectors that love Swatch as well. So, yeah. Ryan of Manchester, ever reviewed a Rolex? I know they're pretty obscure at this point. Never. How do you pronounce? Did I pronounce it right? Rolex. I think. Never heard of it. Ryan, Certified Teeth Rot says, you were 6 years old in 1995 when you got the olive strap. Yep. My dad got me a Vostok paratrooper watch when I was around, I think I was 5 or 6. And we took me to the local Army Navy store. And because people make fun of me to this day on this channel. I don't know why. Because in one of my G-Shock episodes, I mentioned that I have like contact dermatitis with if there's like nickel or if there is too much rubber or silicone on a strap, I can get a rash. It's just like an allergy that I have. And I think when I was, so my dad gave me the Hamilton was my first automatic watch, and I had that on a Velcro military strap. And then he got me a Vostok paratrooper watch with a green dial, and then I got a rash from the strap that it was on because the keepers and the buckle probably had nickel. And so we went to the Army Navy store, and the closest Army Navy store was in Milford. I was from Amherst. I don't know if who knows New Hampshire, dude, by the way. I've literally been at places and people have asked me where I'm from, and I've said New Hampshire, and they're like, oh, across the pond. And I'm like, well, what? So people don't even know that New Hampshire is part of the Union. But anyway, from Amherst, New Hampshire, next town over is Milford, New Hampshire. That was the closest Army Navy store. My dad took me to replace the strap, and I picked out this, literally this surplus Zulu. So I wish I got more of them. But you know, I was little. I didn't know that this would be like my favorite strap. Greg, okay, we update it every week, Greg. So I think we update it every week. It should be updating, but don't worry. After this live stream, we will update the link for the new channel members so you can join the Discord chat. Yeah, the Hampshire that is across the pond is the old Hampshire. Yeah, George says, I'm aware of New Hampshire. I'm from northern Mass. Exactly, dude. I'm from southern New Hampshire, and I live 10 minutes outside the Massachusetts border. So we're like right next to each other. Daryl says, yo, big man. What's going on, Daryl? HC says, I'm looking to buy a Datejust from, did I pronounce that right? A Datejust? I think Datejust from this obscure brand called Rolex. I'm sorry, guys. HC says, I'm looking to buy a Datejust from this obscure brand called Rolex to celebrate my daughter's birth. Any recommendations? 36 versus 41. Well, I've never heard of the Datejust or the Rolex. I'm just kidding, guys. We're joking that Rolex is obscure. HC's looking to buy a Rolex Datejust. 36 or 41 millimeters. I'm going to tell you right now, 36. Do not get the 41. Get the 36. And I am like telling you that with sincerity. Let me see. Balance says, Jory, would you suggest a Breguet Heritage 5401 in rose gold or a Cartier Tank Tortue Grand Date also in rose gold from the Privé collection? You know what? You made a huge mistake comparing anything to the Tortue when it comes to me. The Cartier Tortue series is one of my favorite case shapes known to man. So go with Cartier. Period. Don't compare anything to the Cartier Tortue because for me, that's the Cartier Tortue Monopoussoir, the Monopusher, is like one of my favorite watches of all time. I don't own one because it's like a bajillion dollars, but yeah. HC, I'm a big dude and I have like just over 7.5-inch wrists, and I wear like my 34 millimeter Rolex every day, so. Period. Kyle Na says, get what fills your heart the most. Oh, How cute. Can you flash it? Like on camera right now, I don't have it with me. I'm in the office. But, yeah, maybe next live stream I'll wear the 34 mil. What do I think about Fairer? Fairer is one of these companies that I think wrote to us on Instagram. If I'm not mistaken, excuse me, Fairer, a few micro brands have done this. I think Laurier is one as well. They've written to us on Instagram asking us to do a review. We've agreed. We're like, yeah, here's our terms, and then they just ghosted us, which is crazy because micro brands that are much, much, much smaller than them like chomp at the bit to get on our channel every Monday. So, and it's funny because like we've worked with Casio, we've worked with Oris. Like if those guys are okay with our terms, like Fairer, Laurier, like you guys should be okay with them too, because I don't think that you guys have more brand equity than Oris and Casio of America. But whatever. AC says, oh, so would you recommend the 34mm Air King with blue dial? Yeah. I think that's badass. The vintage Air Kings, do it. I'm reading comments, by the way, guys. If you ever hear me stop talking, which is rare, it's because I'm reading comments. Casio of America, chef's kiss. Much cheaper too, is what he says. You should do rating celebrities' watches. Well, you know what, dude? We did a rating soccer players' watches, and we did a rating football, like NFL watches, and those are like our two lowest viewed episodes, which is crazy because NFL and football, like soccer is like the #1 watched sport in the world. And we even put Ronaldinho, or Ronaldo, not Ronaldinho. We put Ronaldo on the, I think on the thumbnail. And yeah, it didn't, like no one watched it, so. Greg, I'll get to your email. I promise I will get to, or your message. I will get to it. We get like 100 messages a day, so bear with me on Instagram, people. Oh, I forgot to ask. I'm so sorry, guys. I think someone mentioned it in the comment section also. I forgot to ask, guys, what are you sipping on? Dude, how rude of me. My apologies, everyone. What are you sipping on? I have my Peter Cottontail mug that my mom got me. Shout out to Mama Goodman. My mama. Is it in focus? Peter Cottontail? Dancing with this girl. What are you sipping on, guys? I'm sipping on... I'm gonna pour it out if I accidentally... How far can I go without pouring it out? That's the question. There we go, you see it. I know you see it. Black coffee. Ooh, Sergio, the Americano. Tanqueray, uh-oh. Bala's having a Saturday. Some nice Vermont Coffee Co. cold brew. Ryan Manchester, keeping it New England. Steve's very fancy with a Buckles caramel latte. Kyle Na says, I like your content because it's more personal watch reviews. Amen. Okay, so here's a very nice comment. Simon Scanlan, excuse me, I thought it was an Armenian last name, but that's an L. I apologize, guys. My eyes are getting worse. Hi, Jory. Hope you're well. Thank you. Simon in Cornwall. What do you think of Vostok Europe watches? Keep up the great work. The only Vostoks I'm like very familiar with are like the Vostok Amphibias. Gonna be perfectly honest. Not a big Vostok guy. I understand there's a huge cult following with Vostok. I know that there's modders. I know that there's people that swear by these things. I'm just not the biggest. There's okay. I'm not the most refined dude in the world. Believe me. I don't. It's not like only Vacherons and gyro tourbillons for me. No, I'm wearing a tuna right now. But Vostoks are just super kind of beat 'em up. Dare I say disposable watches. That's not me calling them junk. I'm saying that you don't really fix a Vostok, right? You just kind of wear it until it breaks and then you get a new one. Funniest thing about Vostok is that with the Vostok Amphibias, people find things wrong with them, and then the Vostok community just argues that it was designed that way. Oh no, it was designed to be that way. So like the crowns, like falling out of the cases, the handset not turning, the crown stem disconnecting, and not like turning the handset and all this and that. Oh no, it was designed to be junky. It's a shock resistant thing. No, it's not, dude. There's just really loose tolerances in the watch. Just admit it. There's no finishing. There's no quality control. It was mass produced by Soviet Russia. It's just stamped and milled. Not even milled. It's just like stamped pot metal. It's not like they have watchmakers with their little finger rubbers putting, oh yes, oh meticulous, blah, blah, blah. No, dude, it's a Soviet watch, mass produced, dirty, and tough, but they're not, like, just admit it that they're kind of loose toleranced beaters. That's what they are. George says, are you trying to tell me that crowns falling out of a watch isn't part of shock resistance? Unbelievable. Evan says, I have a Reverso, a Date 1500, and a Vostok. Are you me, dude? It's like you're me almost. I had those 3 watches, but I sold my Vostok for like $1 2 years ago. And it was like a big joke on Instagram. But I still have my Reverso on my Date 1500. You have good taste. Kyle Na says, a Reverso? That's insane. My Reverso is one of my all-time favorite watches. And it was a huge grail for me. And it was one of the coolest accomplishments in my like watch collecting life. I got it when I was 30. It was a gift to myself. And I'm 32 now, and still, like, that watch is like, I absolutely love that watch. Mr. Schultz says, should I wear my hammy khaki field mechanical to the Milford Pumpkin Fest, or my Tudor Black Bay Bronze, more Halloween-y? I would wear the hammy, honestly. Kyle, I don't have my watches here. Like, I don't have every watch here with me in the office. Ryan in Manchester, I feel like watches, guitars, and cars seem to be really common crossover hobbies. Yeah, I think any mechanical art, like tactile art that you can use, a lot of EDC items, things like that, there's a definite crossover, and it's because they're tangible, tactile items you can play with that have engineering involved. There's also, artisan design. They're fun to look at, fun to play with. Yeah. Kyle says, and motorbikes. Yep, absolutely. Younghen Wu says, what do you think about Bulova? I'm kind of interested in their new mill ship. Yeah, that's a badass watch. Bulova's turning it around, dude. Bulova, for a while, was making... Vintage Bulova was their golden age. And then, for a while, they were making some really ugly, oversized rubbish. And then, they ended up turning it around in very recent times with their kind of like heritage collection pieces. Their Bulova Lunar Pilot, that limited edition Lunar Pilot's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. Guys, check this out. I have one of the most gorgeous Bulovas at the shop right now. Shameless plug, hope you don't mind. Guys, can we just all acknowledge this watch? Click that link, guys, and check out this watch. I have a 1967 Bulova hourglass dial at my shop right now. Automatic, 10 karat rolled gold, anti-magnetic. It's insane, dude. From 1967, and the dial on this thing. And I'm selling it for well under $1,000, guys. $602 right now at the shop. I'm very surprised. We put this on the store about a week ago. Has not sold yet, so someone has an opportunity to buy this. I'm surprised this wasn't one of the first ones to go. When I found this watch, I pounced on it. Look at the dial. There's definite patination on the handset, but the dial is all original and it is pristine. It is pristine, guys. The handset's aged, some of the indexes are aged, but for some reason the dial has just, it's immaculate. So yeah, that Bulova hourglass, 1967 production date, only 10.5 millimeters thin, by the way, for a vintage automatic. I would check it out. Someone pick it up because that's definitely going to go. The extra $2 though, someone said. Mr. Schultz. Yeah, well, we do free shipping in the US, so are all prices in USD. Well, depending on where you live, you can actually, on my website, top right corner, you can change your currency. So if you go to my website and you go to the top right corner of the screen, you can click and change the currencies. So you can see what it is where you live. Bala says, that's a nice watch. I wonder how people reacted to my Seiko Blue Dial Pogue 61396002, and it was new, being 41 millimeter. Must have looked like a giant compared to the vintage average 34. Yes. Watches did not go above 40 millimeters until probably after 1979. Watches were still under 40 millimeters. Then once the 80s came in, there were some watches going into the 40s, but not a ton. And then the 90s, there were watches, you know, into the 40s. And then 2000s ruined everything. What about the Speedy? Yeah, I'm not saying there were no watches over 40 millimeters. I'm saying the average watch was like probably, I will say 34 to 35 millimeters. But you also have to understand that typically the more complicated a watch is, the larger it has to be. Watchmakers still, you know, you have to fit the movement into the watch. Now there's crazy watches like the Piaget Altiplano, where it's a couple millimeters thin, and I'm not kidding. You need the dealers at the boutique have a tool for the Altiplano. I don't even have anything. Okay, actually I do. Actually, this isn't even. This isn't even. Here, 1 second. Check this out. All right, this is a coaster that Lee Bishop gave me. He's my Welshman friend. I want to go to Wales, by the way. Any other Welshmen out there? I'm gonna do a Wales meetup. Okay. If you go and get a Piaget Altiplano, which is one of the most the thinnest, if it's one of the thinnest, if not the thinnest, mechanical watch brought to market right now. It's like a couple millimeters thin. I'm not kidding. When you go to the boutique, like if this is the profile of the case, they have a tool. This is the mallet to my Gong. Gong gang! They have a tool that they use to hook onto the crown and wind it and set it for you. Because your hands cannot actuate the crown stem for fear of breaking it in the movement. It's insane. It is insane. People are asking about Timex. We also have a 1960s Timex self-wind. Check out this gem. John, Certified Teeth Robot, says that Zodiac you have for sale is amazing too. Yeah, the dial on that Zodiac with the floating indexes. Check this out. Joel Taborski, Certified Teeth Robot. Guys, I just posted a link to this Timex self-wind for $327. This thing's crazy clean. For coming in the 1960s, look how clean that is. Zoom in on the dial, guys, please. 37 by 42 millimeters, by the way. So this is not a dinky, it's not like a dinky vintage watch. It's gorgeous. So, yep. Shameless plug. The Aura's date is incredible. We have 3 more watches coming in this week as well. So stay tuned. The Opulent Life, I'm pretty sure that you can get the tool with the watch, but what I'm saying is that you need to have the tool to set your watch. And let's be honest, if you have a Piaget Altiplano, I don't think you're worried about you not being able to wear a watch. I'm pretty sure you have other watches to wear. Joel and his brother Jeff from Florida. What's going on, my man? Lone Wolf McQuaid says the 2000s was the fall of nice-looking, elegant watches. 1990s to 2000s watchmaking was garbage. I'm going to be honest. Watches in the 90s were terrifying. Watches in the 2000s were also equally not great. It just is what it is. We had no taste back then, and we didn't even know it. Florida boys in the house. Uh-oh. But yeah, the 1990s watchmaking, for the most part. Yeah. And hear me out. I have one of my Rolexes is from the 90s, so there were some gems. All right. Like that Timex, it's really clean for the age, Simon says. I just said Simon says. My bad, Simon. Yeah, it's crazy clean, that Timex. But that's not going to happen. They're not going to drop the Daytona down to 37. They will never do that. You can dream, though, but it's not going to happen. So here's my theory, guys. I don't think that Rolex is going to drop any of their watches down anymore. All right. Think that once you go up, you stay up. And see, now I'm depressed just thinking about it. Why did they have to? If you're going to make the Submariner 41 millimeters, do that. Fine. Ruin your Submariner. But why the OP? Why would they release the OP at 41 millimeters? Why is the Oyster Perpetual the same size as their flagship dive watch? Can someone explain this to me in the comment section? I'm serious. Someone in the comment section help me understand what's going on. Doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Nick says, needs more room for the color complication on the dial. John, Certified Teeth Rot, says, if Rolex takes over the boutiques and gets rid of their ADs, how do you think that will affect the gray market? Well, we're really going to see how many ADs have been selling on the gray market, won't we? Because let's be honest. I think the majority of the this is my opinion, okay, just to help me out legally. It is my opinion that the majority of gray market that the majority of Rolex ADs sell the watches on the gray market. Period. If Rolex starts selling watches in-house, meaning that they're going to do their own boutiques and they're not going to deal with gray market, then that's going to undercut the gray market, believe it or not. Typically, the gray market tries to undercut the the primary market, but this is going to do the opposite. Nick says, gray market will love it because a lot of folks will panic buy. ADs getting dumped will immediately dump all their stock out the back door. Yeah, but the gray market won't. No, you're wrong, Nick. The gray market won't love it. The buyers will love it. The gray market sellers won't love it. Right? So, by definition, the gray market will hate it. Because the primary market, for the first time, will be undercutting the gray market. The gray market exists to undercut the primary market. And so now, if Rolex cuts out their ADs and only sells exclusively in-house at MSRP, like Rolex is selling their watches for MSRP, then the gray market will hate it because they're going to undercut it. If let me explain it to you this way. Let me explain it to you this way. The ceramic Daytona Panda, right? Average price right now is $32,000 on the gray market. That watch has a $13,750 MSRP from Rolex. You go on the Rolex website right now, you're going to be buying, like, if you go on the Rolex website right now and look up that Panda ceramic Daytona, it is listed at $13,750. What's going to happen if Rolex starts selling their own watches at $13,750? Those gray market dealers that are trying to sell the watch for $32,000, they're going to have to cut and run. So the buyers, we're going to be stoked because those dudes that have been holding on to those Daytonas and trying to get the premium prices, they're going to have to cut big time. So yeah, we're going to love it, but the gray market is not going to like it. So we will see what happens. I don't think Rolex moving towards this. I don't know. Joel says, Gong Gang rant. But yeah, I don't think that, again, it's one man's opinion. I don't think that I can say this with confidence. Or, okay, I have to put the legal disclaimer that it is my opinion. It is my opinion that most of the ADs are selling on the gray market. And with Rolex's statement that, remember that video I made last week about Rolex's statement about their product shortages? Them saying, oh, you know, we're not purposefully siphoning, I'm paraphrasing, they're like, we're not purposefully siphoning off our products to create artificial demand, yada, yada, yada. We try to make the best products possible, and we don't want to ever sacrifice the quality of our products for the quantity of availability. And then they kind of just rambled on for a little bit. And then at the end, they were like, also, it is up to our ADs to do the allocations of our products. So really, it's their fault. Remember, Rolex just kind of, not us. So what I'm trying to get at is Rolex did throw their ADs under the bus, but I also think Rolex doesn't care that much because Rolex is making the money regardless. The Daytona doesn't even look like a tool watch anymore. The last Daytona I would go for is a Zenith. Well, Lone Wolf, they were using the Zenith movement in the same case they are now. You know that, right? Like if you look at a modern Daytona, like the most current Daytona, they used a Zenith movement in that same case. So they didn't change the look of the Zenith movement Daytonas. Are you confusing it with the Valjoux movement Daytonas? Because they also use Zenith movements in the modern case Daytonas. That's what I'm getting at. Expensive watch talk today, Zenith Rolex. One of my favorite Daytonas is a Zenith Daytona. I want a two-tone black dial Zenith Daytona. I love that watch. And it is with the modern case. I don't think that it'll happen though because before things got really crazy, I found one for $14K. Can you believe that? Two-tone, yellow gold stainless steel Daytona Zenith movement. I found one for 14 and I didn't buy it. And then now things are just so insane. So yeah. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. Right now is not a great time to buy a Rolex. I've been hinting it for a very long time. That is the case. But it is a good time to buy a vintage watch hand-picked by me from the Time Teller shop. I'm telling you guys, please check out the Time Teller shop. You guys freaking rock. All right, guys, we've been here for an hour, and I am going to have to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This live stream wasn't nearly as crazy as last week's live stream was, but it was still a really good time. Guys, you could have been anywhere this Saturday, but you chose to hang out with me, and I really do appreciate it. To all my channel members, I want to say thank you for hanging out with me. Give them a round of applause because their support, $4.99 a month, allows me to literally film every day. And then I want to thank my moderators. I think Milka made it here towards the end, so thank you to Milcom, the moderator. Can't do this show without my moderators. And finally, thank you to you guys. You know, we do let's see, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a members chat on Thursday, and a Saturday live stream. We do all this content for you guys. So all this content would mean nothing if it weren't for my viewers. So round of applause to you guys, because you make this channel what it is. All right, guys, please get out of your comfort zone. Tell someone you love them. Tell yourself you love yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what you got. And I'm telling you guys, it'll all work out. All right. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Bad Matt, you're late. Oh well, watch the playback, baby. Love you guys.